Welcome to the 2023 Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion. These are just some of the many stories told by the military veterans who have served this country.
Lisa Folstad. I served in the United States Marine Corps from 1999 to 2003. I got called back in 2005. And when I was in, I served in Okinawa, Japan with Truck Company. I was a 3531, which is a motor transport operator. I drove 5 tons Humvees, and then I also was assigned to work on them because I came from a mechanical background since my family was into sprint cars. So I knew quite a bit about mechanics, and I worked on them also. After 2 years, I spent 6 months in Quantico for the United States Marine Corps wrestling team. And it was me and 2 other females and the whole male team. So that was interesting. And then I also went to 8th and I Marine Corps Barracks, which, if you ever seen the Silent Drill Platoon, that's their parades they do every summer. And we had the buses that transported them. So we would drive coach buses in Washington, D.C., and that's a hard maneuvering around there, but yep. Let's see, what I would like to tell folks. I think mostly, people, like, if you're in the service or if you don't, it's what you make of it, Like, somebody might say this place might be a bad place, but it's just what you make of it, You make what you want to be, so.
Hi, my name is Mark Coon. I'm from Kindred, North Dakota, and I served in Vietnam. I was drafted in 1970 and served in Vietnam from 1971 to 1972. I've been part of Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion Show for pretty close to 40 years. Generally, I work either at the merry-go-round. I've been there since 1990, which was the first year that we put the merry-go-round on steam. And I worked with Howard Olson at that particular time. Howard was kind of the grandfather of the merry-go-round. And then in, I think it was probably 05 or 06, I bought a miniature half-scale steam engine. It's a half-scale Herschel-Spillman carousel engine. And for a number of years, I displayed that, but it didn't really have a job. So in probably 3 or 4 years ago, I decided I built a Ferris wheel. And the Ferris wheel and the half-scale Hillman's Herschel-Spillman carousel engine are on display in Miniature Land, and I've run that in Miniature Land and had numerous young helpers helping me with that Ferris wheel and the Herschel-Spillman carousel boiler. And that's really been fun to see these young people learning about steam, and they're the next generation to carry this whole Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion, this whole process on. And if we don't encourage them, they're not going to want to participate, and eventually our show could die. I guess when I was in Vietnam, I was headquartered on Long Bend Post. I came into country through Cameron and then to Long Bend Post. I was part of 40th Signal Battalion Construction, and my duties at the battalion level were to coordinate repair work on telephone communications cables and distribution systems when the enemy, the ARVNs, or not the ARVNs, the NVA or the Viet Cong would blow stuff up. You know, we'd have to repair it to maintain our landline communications. I was also part of 1st Eagle Brigade survey team, which we called the Q&A team, Quality Assurance Team, where we, again, when there was a major destruction of communications, it was myself and 3 others that were tasked with going out, assess the situation, and find out what was necessary to correct it. And in March of 1972, they came out with an order that we were shutting down, and I was more than happy to go home. That's about all I know.
My name is Jeff Nelson. I'm from Stacy, Minnesota. I was in the Navy, stationed on the USS Enterprise. Been a member here at ROLLAG since birth, 1971. I started back in the 70s. We ran gas engines up here, and 200 miles away it got tough to continue to bring gas engines, so we switched over. I started running on the Montana boiler when I was 12 years old in 1982, and from there just stemmed, got miscellaneous, a lot of jobs that still run on the Montana boiler for a couple hours a day, and just pretty much as far as show-wise, that's what I keep busy doing. Come during the summer, we're active all year long, trying to help with the show. As far as what I think is great about ROLLAG would be the family environment. I mean, even though these are not necessarily blood relatives, they become like your family. You look forward to it every year. I've told people this many times. We can run our engines at home. It's not as much fun. It's the people that show up to the show that make everything all worthwhile.
My name is Elizabeth Lepisto. I'm from Frazee, Minnesota. I'm in the Minnesota Army National Guard, 17 years, still going. I've been coming to Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion since I was a kid. For the last 3 years we've been camping here. It's progressed since then. I'm a medic in the Minnesota National Guard. I am at a 34th ID, Arden Hills. I've been to Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom 2009 and 10, and Kuwait, Operation Spartan Field in 2018 and 19. It's the best thing to ever do. I think everybody should join the military for a couple years, serve the country. It's good for them.
Hi, I'm Wayne Kaus, and I'm from Minot, North Dakota right now. And I first found out about this place when I was in Minot, North Dakota. I had a guy that was actually running the steam engine out of here, and he kind of recommended I come on over here. So 19 years later, every year, almost every year I've been here. But I was in the Air Force for 21 years, and I got a chance to go to Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Got deployed over there. At times you didn't know what was going to happen when you land on the aircraft. The aircraft lands, there's no windows, of course, in those aircraft, and you're landing in the middle of nowhere. They open up the doors, and my first experience, they open up the doors, and there's people in the air outfits just walking around out there. So, you know, I've never been so scared in my life just doing something like that, but, you know, it's just something I had to do. Spent my 6 months or more over there, then finally came home and tried to get back to life again.
We salute these veterans and thank them for their service to this country. If you'd like to share these stories, please do so by clicking on the share button below.